Okay, so Lucas and I are here at the warehouse. Warehouse whatnot tonight. So we're gonna get some warehouse pics out of the whatnot, and that's why you could put it up there. Make sure title it that way. Warehouse whatnot.
They won't see this before.
Oh, you won't photo this ahead of time?
No, I mean the video.
Oh yeah, but that's okay. We'll still title it tonight, though, right on your whatnot channel.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're picking here at the warehouse. Welcome to today's issue of Burner Brothers. It's now 6:45 in the morning. We're getting a good early start. So Lucas is packing the box up right there. We got everything picked, and I got this box right here underneath me. That's all going to go, and we'll get it all up for the whatnot tonight. Lucas is here. He's getting ready for tonight's whatnot sale. He's going to be here photoing for another hour or so, and then uploading. Luke, I'll catch you out at the antique center. I'm going to take off, okay?
See you later.
All right. Love you, bud. I'm out here at the new auction gallery. So we got the auction going on. The auction's not going on. The guys are setting up all the software and the computers and network. And I don't know, all the tech stuff. I have no idea what it even means. So they're here and getting that done. And then back over here, I'm all working in a new space. Any wise words of the day, Ma'am?
Just have a great day and a blessed day. And hopefully we can get everything done good.
Yeah? How you liking your space so far?
I like it. I think that there's one thing that I need.
Oh, what is that?
A light. I need a light. It's really dark right here in this area where...
All right. Well, we can get you fixed up. We'll get you another light over here.
But that's it.
Cool.
Other than that,
You're happy.
I'm good to go.
Good to go. Other than that. All right. Well, good deal.
Hi,
Well, we'll get you a light.
Yeah, well, it's chilly in here.
Any
huh?
thoughts?
It's all coming together.
Well, we've had that door open. That's why it's colder
that's
in
why
here.
it's cold. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
It's a good problem.
I'll have to buy me my space heater otherwise.
You may have to get one anyways.
I probably will.
All right.
Cold by that door. Is Joe here?
Yeah, he just went up front.
Well, already done in Donaldsville for the morning, so
Okay.
leave it to Hillary. I made Lucas stay until Hillary shows up.
Oh, good. All right, that's fine. All right, I'm gonna go up front.
Alrighty.
Joe's back here working away. What time did you get here today, Joe?
7.
7 o'clock. Joe was first one here today. He won the award. Getting some cataloging done. That's perfect. All right, guys. The video we showed you already in this film was filmed yesterday, but my battery went dead after that, so I couldn't film anymore. And then we had that whatnot sale last night. So I thought, what an opportunity. Jimmy and Jason are both here. Who's not Jason? Josh.
Close.
Jason's the one not here.
He's the one not here. Jason's working.
He's working. He's the only one working today. So I thought, hey, it'd be a good time to sit and talk a little bit with you guys and try and catch you up on some stuff. Josh actually took a day off yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah.
What happened?
Took the whole day off.
Why did you take a day off? That's what I want to know.
My oldest had shoulder surgery, so we got him.
Excuses.
I know. You know what's funny? We're down in the waiting room, and we hear that Deacon's fine. He's in recovery. He was getting ready to start into stage 2 of recovery, and I get on my phone and I make 2 business calls. It was kind of like, all right, he's good. Now
He's fine.
Jump back on.
Yeah.
My wife looked over at me and was like, what are you doing? Like, these are important. I got to knock these out real quick. But yeah, so took a day off. It'll take two weeks to recover from having a day off.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of been that way lately, hasn't it?
it has. It's been busy.
Crazy. And then yesterday, you
that much stuff going on.
Yeah, you actually helped us kind of finish up getting all the little things done for the new auction yesterday.
Yeah, we did. We moved some shelves around, put some pipes in. We had it was a kind of adventure getting that done. I mean,
It was.
we got 10-foot pipes trying to put them in a 15-foot ceiling. They won't go up. Finally, Jacob
Tip it over?
What? That's what he did. He come in there. He's like, "Hey, look, hold on." He goes, "Let's tip this thing over and shove it in this way, and then we'll stand it all back up at the same time." But it works. It looks good. Yeah, it's coming together. It's looking good. So we found a crash bar for the door too.
That's what Jacob had told me because they
Yeah.
had a key.
We think so. I haven't opened that outside mechanism box yet. But
So this is interesting. These guys a year and a half ago were both deputies, and now you're both in the antiques world. So tell us about that transition. How's that been so far?
Well, I can say this: we laugh a lot more.
yes, we do.
I guess it's partially being around each other, but
It is. It's fun. The transition's it's actually been great. If you'd have told me a year and a half ago that I've been doing what I'm doing now, I'd been like, what? I mean, but it's awesome. It's great. I mean, not that, I don't know. It's a way different feeling.
Yeah.
Life every day, getting up, coming to work, being with you guys, and I mean, we're blessed. I'm super blessed. I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Very thankful.
How about running the antique center, Josh? I mean, you're third owner in the America's largest antique center. What do you think about it? Like, just share with these guys. How's that transition been?
Honestly, when you look at the whole thing, it can get overwhelming, but it's like anything else. You go on day by day, and you just take on those small tasks, and it adds up to the big things that you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at and what we're doing, and we have great management. They make my life easy on the day to day. I'm able to focus on a lot of the other little things that we've got going on because they're doing their part.
Yeah.
They're all doing their part, and it's not one person. It's everybody. It's from our floor associates all the way to our management. So they do an awesome job, make it real easy for us.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
And I think what you're talking about day to day, take the small things. I think our law enforcement background history kind of helps us do that because, as you're eager to get into law enforcement when you're young, you're like, I'm going to save the world. I'm going to make the whole place better. And you can't make the whole place. You can't save everything at one time. You got to do little pieces at a time. So
you're right.
Just pick out your daily stuff and make sure you're doing that to the best of your abilities. And then that builds on itself. And then as long as you're doing it for go do the good things, it'll build.
Understanding the follow through and the process.
Yeah.
In like you said, law enforcement. I mean, you'll do something one day, and then you may not touch that thing for 6 months until it goes to trial, or you're in front of a judge speaking on it. So those things kind of helps you with the business aspect of what we're doing now. The day-to-days are going to happen, but you can still make sure that you're focusing on the big things.
Something I think is interesting with Josh is we have a big whiteboard in our office, and about 2 months ago, you put 4 or 5 big projects that we're working on, and you put a list up there, and you put March 1st, and then you had all these tasks written
Put
out.
operational March 1st.
Operational March 1st. So talk about that just a minute.
We've got...
Your
Your phone likes March 1st.
March 1st, your phone likes
Put a date in for him.
Put the date right in. It said put the date in for March 1st. So but March is, his birthday's in March, isn't it?
The 3rd.
The 3rd.
That's the next day I'll take off.
See?
We'll give you half
I'm
day.
kidding. I'm not taking a
half
birthday.
day.
That's why March
That's kind of like a
deal.
birthday present,
Mom,
getting to work, right?
Yes.
What, we got Mom's birthday?
March 4th.
Is March 4th, right? The day after.
Silka's is March. I'm going to put you on the spot.
You're in the wrong month, dude. You're in the wrong month.
No,
you ain't put me
Silka's
on the
is it
spot.
February?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up
I
close.
know hers is
Yeah.
right there in that
Yeah.
same time as ours.
Yeah, you guys are all within a week of each other. That's
Well, he's trying to get that March deadline because he wants it off his plate for his birthday. He's got plans.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
But it's so cool though because he had like the storage units. You guys have been following us building these units, and it was like operational March 1st. The auction move operational March 1st. The warehouse in Donaldsville you guys have been putting together operational March 1st, and there was a fourth
Whatnot.
the whatnot operational March 1st. So we finally have all of that done, and you got 2 weeks left.
And that's
We're
why
close.
he took
It's not
yesterday
all
off.
done yet.
It's close.
I was out there this morning.
You were out there at
opening up
6:30,
gates
right?
and getting the guys in to finish up some small stuff. Hopefully it'll all be done March 1st.
Well, we were holding it. I was going to put stickers on the buildings the other day, and I thought, you know what? I might just wait since Josh is off and get everything done. And the last thing we'll do is put a sticker on the building for the numbers. It's officially done.
Well, we got to letter them still too.
Oh, well,
It's A, B, C, and D. So we'll do that.
Well,
last.
we'll do that
We'll
last.
get the numbers.
Yeah,
on.
I'll get the stick numbers on, then we'll do the letters last.
Do the letters last.
That's funny.
That'll be the final.
So antiquing wise, Jimmy, I always get these questions about how did your family get involved with the antiques and this and that, and you guys, our viewers know we all grew up with mom and dad owning an auction business, but you also you used to buy and sell a lot of stuff before you were a deputy.
Before I went to college. Actually,
Talk about that for a minute.
Well, we grew up doing the antique stuff, and from the time I was probably 16 to 18, 19, 20, we used to go buy some things a little bit at sales. Like the first sale I went to, I'll never forget. Dad said, we used to sell stuff at our auction. I bought a box of pots and pans. Literally, I mean pots and pans, like dishware, and for $5-6. Brought it to our auction. I think I may have made my money back or $1 or $2. But got started doing that, and then when I went to college. I did it in the summertime. I had a couple booths at different places in the summer, and I would buy stuff at college. I went up in Bryan, Ohio, where they made a lot of toys.
Garage sale.
Garage selling, yeah.
Oh,
I used to garage sale up there to pay for my way back and forth.
Yeah.
I'd garage sale there, come home on the weekend, sell it at the sale, have enough money to get back to school, buy pizza the next week, and it gave me my spending money, gas money, and to get back and forth. And I really enjoyed doing it at that time. But then when I
That's something that stuck with us. I think all of our wives get upset with us when we see a garage sale. It's like our car has a magnet.
I know this. Well, Dad used to come up to watch me play football, and you guys would leave at like 5 in the morning to get to a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Because you'd get there about 12:30.
Well, I would say travel time, if you're just driving there, was almost 2 hours.
Almost
right?
2 hours, right.
It would take us 6-7 hours to get up to that game because we hit every garage sale.
Everyone.
It was all back road driving.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of them.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I loved. I mean, getting into antiques. It was in our blood, and it's something that if you enjoy doing it, you know what we're talking about because you can't get away from it. It's something.
It's always like that. Even when I go on vacation, sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go hit a shop or something, try and make some money on something to pay for my trip. You know? I've always felt that way.
I think we all have an interest for finding unique things.
Yeah,
so
it's fun.
It's fun.
They've said this before, but antiquing is also it's a memory. It's something you buy that you buy something someplace on a trip or something, you bring it home. And it could be a memory too.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people collect a few things like that.
I got that here. I got that
there.
there.
I got that there.
Yeah. And Josh, what about you? When you really started getting into buying and selling, what you did that for a while before, right after college, really heavy. And talk about that a minute.
Well, right after college, believe it or not, I roofed, and I was throwing shingles, and it was daylight. I was up at daylight on a roof. Throwing shingles, and I did that for 3 summers and then started transitioning into the buying and selling. Ended up running shows all over the place. We did, there was one weekend that I think we did, or not a weekend, a week that we were in 3 different big shows. And it was just back to back to back. And we ended at the Extravaganza at Springfield.
Yeah.
It was just a massive amount of shows that we were doing. And it wasn't just me. We had the whole family running shows. I did that for a few years until I actually got onto the sheriff's office, and it was fun. It was busy. It was just as busy as what we do now. It was
same amount of work.
Yeah, 7 days a week.
I felt like I was
always out of
missing
state
because I was on the sheriff's office.
Yeah,
I was already there. I'd been there about 7 years, and then when you started doing those things, and I was like, man, I said, I want to go to those shows. I want to do that, but I was working. And
well, the thing is, like, a lot of people wanted their weekends for doing this, that, and the other, but what was cool, our family really enjoyed hitting a show. So sometimes there'd be 3 or 4 of us who would go to a show. And
talk about this trip, Josh. This is an interesting story. You went to Round Top, Texas, and who went with you on that trip?
Yeah,
who was with us and who was related?
All right, so the first Round Top, Texas trip that we went on, we kind of went down there blind. I'd never been there. I don't think you've ever been there.
I still haven't.
Still haven't been there.
Never been there.
So called down there. We ended up renting a space in a field, and we took 2 U-Haul trucks. 24 footers.
Completely packed full.
Completely packed. And it was me, 2 of my uncles, and then my cousin. The 4 of us went down there, and we spent, it was 8 days. I think it was 8 days down there that we spent. And it was, you know how we do it. Instead of taking 3 days to get there, we drove it in one night.
One night.
It was 23 hours,
23 hours
of
straight
driving in a U-Haul truck. And we drove straight through. My uncles were ready to kill me when we got down there. But yeah, we got down there, and Round Top, daylight to dark, you're getting after it.
Yeah. That's it. That was one of the same
massive
weeks that you guys went to Round Top, and then I think I took someone with me to over to
Burlington.
No, the show out east that we went to. Golly, what was that?
Gettysburg or?
I forget the name of the show, but I took a crew with me. It's a really fun show out there. Mom, we're getting old, Josh. It's just right there. It can't come to mind.
The one just inside Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Well,
was it a Sunday only show, or was it the one?
No. This was the whole week.
The
one.
big one.
The big one that we went the whole week.
Yeah.
Dad and I did
You,
that.
Dad, and Jason.
And Jason.
Yeah, you guys went to that one.
It was
yeah.
the same week you guys were in Round Top. We went
Yeah.
over there, and then we met. I think that's when we came back and did Extravaganza the end of that week.
May have been.
That was the
I
craziest.
remember this has been 20-some years ago, so
Yeah.
that's why we're.
You talk about
26, 27 years ago.
the travel time for that. Like we used to do that. I mean, the funniest one that I ever, or the weirdest one I was ever at, we went to Nashville, and we went down there. We traveled all night to get there. We spent all night setting up. The next morning we get up. This is a Saturday morning. We get up. They have the show, and it's like, this show's not really working out. And we pack it up Saturday night at midnight and drive all the way back to the Burlington
The
show.
Burlington show for Sunday?
For Sunday.
Yeah,
We
so the
get
Burlington
there
show,
at-
you could actually pay, you could pull in and
You
pay.
can pull in
set
and
up.
pay. Well, we pulled in. We drove all night, hadn't slept, pulled in Burlington, got at the gate, 6 a.m., set up, and ran it out.
Yeah.
That Sunday.
Sold
So it's a
everything.
one-day show Sunday, and we sold everything on the truck in
Jay?
in about 4 hours. And we spent all day down there and sold 10 items.
Wow.
It just wasn't our show.
wasn't the
It
right
was really-
space.
The guy right beside me had toothpaste and shampoo.
Just what, yeah.
it
wasn't the right
wasn't
mix.
on the right show.
It wasn't a Nashville antique
No,
show. It was a Nashville flea
It was
market.
a Nashville flea market. Yeah, and the people loved it when we were setting up. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh, this stuff is awesome! This is great!" And I was like, "All right, well, this will be okay." And
Nobody's letting it
you
happen.
look to the right, and people are flooded. I mean, and it's the type of show.
Yeah.
They're buying all the.
That's what they're there for.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say the second Round Top trip. To save money, we slept in the trailers for 8 days. I am not kidding. And that was me, my brother Jason, my dad, and my cousin Tony. Yeah, we slept in trailers for 8 days. There was porta johns, and then there was the makeshift
showers and stuff.
But we were glad to get home.
Well, we actually got a hotel room for 1 hour so everybody could take a shower.
Did you?
On the way, yeah. We hadn't seen a room in 4 days, so we were like, we got back to Burlington, like, okay, we got an hour. We're going to rent a room for an hour so everyone could take a shower.
In and out,
We
guys.
had
You got an
to.
hour.
We
10
had
minutes
to.
each. Let's go. Oh, that's funny. Well, you guys can see, like,
Well, hold on.
Oh,
There's some big shows that you're leaving out.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Nashville.
Oh yeah, we
That's-
used to do the big show.
Jacob used to do the big show in Nashville.
Yeah, that was fun. We used to take down that's when I had my big gooseneck trailer, right? 36-foot
Yeah.
trailer, and then a couple of trucks on top of that box truck.
We'd set up those massive tents, and
Yeah, we'd actually set up big tents, and the funnest part about that show is we gave everything away.
Oh, yeah.
Food and drinks, and
yeah, food and drinks.
every day our tent was
And
completely full. It was always a lot of people.
It was like it was crazy. It was like a party the whole time. From the show would open up, and we had a blast. We had the grill going nonstop.
What we figured out is it was really cheap to buy hot dogs, and people thought it was the greatest gift ever at a show because everybody's hungry.
Get a
Walking
hot
around
dog,
with no
yeah.
food. Hey, you want a hot dog? Yeah, I'll eat one. And then all of a sudden, before long, we got coolers full of drinks. We're passing out free drinks and free hot dogs. They just would go around our booth,
Yeah.
and they would stay there for 2-3 hours, just talk to us, and then
They-
they're buying stuff.
and that was another show that was several days long. They would come back. So
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
to where we got to know people. They started hanging out with us. Other dealers were even coming down and hanging out with us, and it was fun.
Oh yeah, well that
We had
was
a good time.
those were the classic. What are all those people doing?
Yeah.
because there was a whole bunch of people in the booth, and so more people came just to see like what's
happening
what's
here?
going on in there.
Why are they hanging out here?
Why- yeah. So I mean, it is. You form a line, people
No,
get in it.
when I say we went through a lot of drinks and hot dogs, we would spend $1,500 on hot dogs and drinks
Oh, yeah.
that we passed out.
Yeah.
We just figured it was advertising our booth. So.
Yeah, I miss those shows.
Yeah.
I do. I miss that the thrill of you never know what's going to be here or what you're going to do or who you're going to see, and you see some of the same people and they get excited about it. I really miss traveling, doing those shows. I mean, I don't know that they exist in the same form anymore.
One of the biggest things I ever had was down in Round Top. This lady came in, and she was just kind of wandering around the area looking at all of our stuff, and she would ask me a price on one item and ask a price on another item, and we did this for like a half hour. And I thought, she's not going to buy anything. We got done. She bought probably half of the items that I had
In the entire booth.
yeah. I was blown away. But she had a big shop it was either in Houston or Austin. But those are the things, like when that happened, it was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, I can't wait to call,
Payday!
call Jacob and, let him know, hey, you're not going to believe
You're not
this.
gonna believe
But it's just one of those deals that you have that happen at a show, I don't know, once in a lifetime. But,
Well,
but
when
it was just really, it was
We used to,
cool.
when I first started buying in South Florida, I would take my semi, the Freightliner pickup truck we had and my big trailer, and I'd drive down there. Dad would go with me. We'd drive down, and we would have a full trailer, and we would go to the show right outside of Daytona there. What is that one called? See there? My mind's going bad again. Anyways, we would set it up.
We played football for too many years.
Man, I haven't had enough coffee this morning. It was a late night and whatnot all night. But we would
Smoke coming out of our ears.
we would set up a tent, not even a tent. I would just actually throw all the stuff out of the entire trailer on the ground. And we had a dealer that was like, look, you guys bring it down, you sell for the first day, and then I'll buy you out at the end of the first day. It was a 3-day, Mount Dora, 3-day show.
Yeah.
And then we would sell, and our first day, we would just sell. And then at the end of the first day, we just wholesaled the entire load to a guy. And so we could take a full load to Florida, and then we would just buy all around Mount Dora. Then I'd go hit some auctions going down to South Florida. But it was crazy.
That same thing actually happened in Burlington on one of the trips that I went down there on. Because we kind of had our stuff
Sold it
that
empty?
we went to. Well, not sold it empty. When we got there, and this was probably the third or fourth time that we'd been there, and we pulled in, and we opened the doors, and there was a gentleman that came out and was like, "Can you not open the doors on that?" He goes, "I want to buy everything in there." He's like, "Don't open the doors."
Don't open the doors.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, we have to." He was like, "No." He goes, "You don't understand." He goes, so we literally opened the doors and moved everything out of the truck to the right one space, and he sold it from there. It was the easiest day, greatest.
Sold the entire
We
load.
had loaded. He said, "I want to try this one time." So we bought the whole. He bought the whole load, and we set it beside him, and we watched him sell all day.
You know what? That reminds me of a story. We were at this, I think it's the Scott show in Louisville.
Yeah.
We're there for 2 days, and then on the last day, the gentleman that was across from us, who was selling glassware, had just a beautiful booth. I was afraid to go in and he bumped something. He knocked off 50 pieces of glass.
something.
Yeah. But he came over. You get to making friends when you're at these shows. And he came over and he's like, "Guys, I love what you've been doing. That's what I want to do." He's like, "I want to buy you out." And he bought everything that we had left in our booth. And we told him, part of the deal was me and Jason. We said, well, what we'll do is we'll sit here and sell it for you.
We're already here.
Well, yeah, so we sat there for probably 5 or 6 hours and just sold items. And he kept selling. He had a great day. So those things do happen.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So our viewers are like,
I
how
remember
do
those.
you guys sell out like that? Well, so what we were doing is we were selling commodity type items, import items that were country and some antiques
so we
mixed
mailed
with
it.
it.
Like a lot of, we only have a variety of 20 items.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
25 items,
It wasn't like you were pulling out 18 different pieces of glass and cupboards
Right.
and different all kinds.
Yeah.
We had select things that we were selling. And
Yeah.
People
Lot of
wanted those
commodities.
things.
A lot of commodity type
lot of
stuff, and
commodities.
that's how we would sell out. So we knew going into it, and we could sell like 500 wood buckets to one guy, and we would sell 20 ship's wheels to a guy. We would just do.
Oh,
do
we've
that kind of
always
thing.
moved volume.
Volume.
We've never been
Always wholesale.
It's more of a wholesale. It's kind of how we've operated from day one. So when Jacob says, we do a lot of wholesale, that's what he's talking about, and it's kind of just what we've always done.
Yeah.
Compared to
So when it's different than most people. How would someone say, like you said about the trailer being closed? When you pull up, the guys already knew what you're going to have on
Yeah,
there. They're like,
they already knew.
because it's when it was the hottest stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
It really
crazy.
was.
That's that country import look at that time. 25 years ago was just new to the market, and everybody wanted it. And it didn't matter that you had 100 of them sitting there, and they were, every piece was always like handcrafted and handmade. It was all different, but they all had their unique characters, but they were similar in style. But it would sell fast. Like that was the craziest selling stuff we've ever done.
Yes. By
I
far.
don't
By
think
far.
those days I think are gone. I
Yeah.
don't think we'll ever get back to days like that
Where you could open
just-
your truck and sell every single item
Yes,
in
right.
an hour, wholesale to people. It was unbelievable.
And that was the thing, though, too. It was wholesale. We weren't trying to get a lot of money out of that stuff.
No, we were
just turning
volume.
for people, because you wanted those people to make money on it, and they did.
Yeah.
Last week at the Antique Center, Josh, there was a round wood measure, iron banded measure. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We sold thousands of them. We used to wholesale those for $10 to $12.
Yep.
It sold retail at the Antique Center for $50.
Yeah. The painted boxes.
Yeah, the black ones. Yeah.
Emily was telling me, you had one on your video the other day.
Yeah,
It was in the
I
sold
did.
bin.
Yeah.
And Emily was telling me, we've sold like 4 or 5 of those that day. And I was like, really? So I remember selling the same thing. I remember just selling so many of those.
It's funny too is some of the movies now. I've caught some of the items that we've sold. It's like, oh, we used to own that one.
Yeah.
You know, it was really funny.
Well, the production company in Dayton, Ohio, they come up and buy whenever they have something that they need to fit for the era.
Yeah.
They'll come up and buy, and it's really cool to see your items go out.
Yeah, it is fun, but we've always operated at a wholesale level, and I mean we're still selling 2,000 items a week right now, and it's crazy amount of volume that we do, but we learned that a long time ago. Take a small little profit and turn a lot of volume and move on. Don't worry about what somebody else makes.
No. And now that I've gotten
I
back
can say
into
that
it,
I know that we're all truly happy when somebody makes money from something that we had sold.
Yeah,
And I think that's part of
yeah.
being a good wholesaler. You want the people you're selling to make money.
Well, we got one of our furniture dealers, Josh. Now, I had a piece of furniture in the highlights that I had a retail price on. One of our furniture dealers in a booth, Scott, he said, I've sold 8 pieces of furniture in 9 days. I got nothing for my booth. And I said, well, I'll sell you that cabinet there. He goes, how much you want? And I gave him a price. And he goes, okay, I'll take it. Now, it was wholesale.
Yeah.
He took it literally 7, 8, 10 booths down and put it in his booth to put some stuff in because he needed a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
But I know he'll make money on it. I sold it at a price, so he'll make money.
Yep.
oh, it's what you do. The story on the ship wheels, you were talking about getting the ship wheels, and then they had the things at the top that went down to the bottom. What are those?
Yeah.
Little handles that went like full speed, half speed.
Yep.
All those.
They know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
They're usually brass. Has
Brass,
a
that's
glass,
a
two
glass.
handles.
2 handles. Yeah.
You're looking silent right here, guys.
Back to our memory.
Yeah.
We know what they're called. We know what they look
I
like.
know what they look like. I know people loved them at the time because we
Yeah.
would get them out.
Yeah.
And I had people ask me like, well, what shipyard did you guys raid to get all these? I was like, we didn't. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of them. So like, did you go to Maine or? I was like, no.
No, that was all import
Yeah,
stuff.
it was all import
Those were
stuff.
old.
Yeah.
Like, they were
They
just.
were- yeah.
Well, we would buy those things when the relationship with U.S. China first started. Bruce and Vivlin had went over there and got us set up with importing, and that's when it all first started. And so these guys were actually going to old shipyards and all these places and pulling off all this
Yeah.
stuff because it was a new market.
Yeah.
Nobody over there wanted this stuff, and so we would buy it at wholesale level, and then we would just continue on at wholesale pricing. But it was a blast, a lot of fun.
Well, some of those things and wheels and stuff had markings on them. Some of the people that were really into the ships and into that stuff knew what those markings were.
Right.
Jimmy, you know how many life donuts? What are they called? The little donuts on the ships.
yeah.
Life raft.
Yeah, it's just
Donut, life preservers, donut. I always call them donuts.
Yeah.
The life preservers. I sold.
Yeah.
I know thousands of those. I was over there one time. I went to China right after the U.S. China first opened up, and I had seen some, and I was like, the guy that was with us was like, I'd like to get a bunch of those, and he was kind of laughing at me, and I was like, no, can you get some more of those? And so they found them, and then I started getting a supply of them brought in. It was
Especially,
wild.
they probably really thought you were off your rocker and said,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
we're going to hang it on a wall.
We're gonna hang it on a wall.
Look at it.
Well, they usually have
No,
like
those
a
are
ship
made for
name
water.
on them or something, or they're like a company name or a ship name,
Yeah.
or they have those on. And then also people started putting their own names on them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're beach houses, so you put your name on it, you put it in your beach house, and it got to be a cool little commodity item.
Yep.
Yeah,
There was so much of that type of stuff. Like you see it, you do
Crazy.
see it out a lot now.
yeah.
It's cool to see.
Well, guys, this is a little backstory on a little bit of our buying and selling antique and adventures. So hopefully you enjoyed the video today. We started off with a normal video.
Didn't bore you too much.
We thought, you know what? These guys are here. This is just as entertaining as anything to have these 3 clowns sitting together. So we hope you enjoyed our show today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels at Burner Brother Antiques. And the other channel is at Heart of Ohio Antiques. Blessings, guys. Appreciate you watching.
See you, folks.
See ya.